A very good morning, dear class 7, and nice to see you again in our social science class. This is Shashi, your social science teacher. As we have finished block 6, so today we are going to start block 7, that is Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms. And in that block, we will specifically talk about the Vijayanagar kingdom. Okay, so first we will quickly revise our previous block. As we have learned in the previous block about Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq and also development areas under Delhi Sultanate. For administrative measures, Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted his capital from Delhi to Devgiri. He increased the taxes of the Doab region and introduced token currency. These schemes resulted in failure and caused a huge loss to the treasury, economy, and the lives of people. This resulted in bitterness against Muhammad bin Tughlaq. And when Firoz Shah Tughlaq came to the throne, he undertook economic and administrative measures that favored his subjects. He abolished oppressive taxes and laws and built systems to help the poor and needy people. During the Delhi Sultanate, the socio-cultural developments took place in the areas of literature and medicine, performing and visual arts, and also in architecture's forms. So I hope you understood what we have learned in the block 6. Okay. So give me answer of this question. What do you think? How can officers of an organization become good leaders? What do you think, children? You can give your own view. Actually, those who are good or brave conqueror, good administrator, friendly relations with natives, and also have faithfulness and loyalty towards their rulers or kings, they can become good leaders. So today we will learn about the dynasty that came to power after the decline of the Hoysalas and Kakatiyas in Deccan region. So our aim of today's learning is to explain the rise and fall of the Vijayanagar Empire. So resources needed for today's lesson are workbook, content book, stationery and notebook. I hope you are ready with all the essentials. So now we will talk about keywords. Keywords we will use in today's lesson are, first is conquered. And conquered means to defeat an army or to take control or possession of foreign land or a group of people by force. And the next word is rapidly, very quickly, in a fast or sudden way. Now, children, note this question in your extra notebook. Then, after reading the section, you have to write the answer of this question. Okay? What was the origin of the Vijayanagar Empire? Note this question. Pause the video and note in your extra notebook. Now, let's talk about the activity. What you have to do? Study the map on figure 3, that is in page 57 of your content book, to name the new states that were under the control of the Vijayanagar Empire. This map, and the map is also in your book on page 57. So pause the video, study the map and read the passages 1 and 2, means read pages 56 and 57 about Krishna Devaraya to give 2 important points about him. Okay? Then after reading, come and ready to give answers of these questions. Okay? Bonus question. First, I am asking you, the bonus question of the day is, who ruled the Vijayanagar kingdom after Harihavar's death? Okay, read the section, you will get the answer. So, now it's time for some reflective analysis. Who established the Vijayanagar kingdom and which region was brought under their control? So, two brothers, Hakka and Bukka, established Vijayanagar kingdom. They brought the region of northern Karnataka, Malabar, and the Konkan stretch between the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal under their control. What are some theories regarding the establishment of the Vijayanagar kingdoms? So, according to some historians, they were military commanders under Hoysalas and were captured by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. They were later released to create confusion in the Hoysala dynasty to weaken it. Let's move to the next question. Which dynasties ruled the Vijayanagar Empire and for how long? So, 4 dynasties ruled the Vijayanagar for 230 years. These dynasties were Sangama, Tuluva, Saluva, and Aravinda dynasties. Who is considered the greatest ruler of the empire? I hope you know this answer if you have read the section, and also the picture is here. Krishnadevaraya of Tuluva dynasty is considered the most famous ruler of the Vijayanagar Empire. And Krishnadevaraya brought many regions in the eastern coast, including some regions of Bidar, Gulbarga, and Bijapur under his control. Now, why is Krishnadevaraya considered the greatest ruler of the Vijayanagar Empire? So, let's generalize our discussion. So, what do you think, children? Again, you pause the video and read about the Krishnadevaraya and be ready to give the answer of this question. Why is Krishnadevaraya considered the greatest ruler of the Vijayanagar Empire? Krishnadevaraya was considered an able general, good administrator, and a diplomat, as he allowed the Portuguese to fortify their settlement around Goa. This helped him have good trade in the region. He conquered the regions controlled by the Bahmani rulers, Bidar, Gulbarga, and Bijapur, and the smaller kingdoms. He looked after his kingdom very well. Let's generalize our discussion with this question also. What happened to the Vijayanagar Empire after his death? After the death of Krishnadevaraya, the empire declined rapidly as his successors were weak and could not withstand attacks of Bahmani rulers, which eventually led to the decline of the empire. And the next question is, how did the kingdom decline? The Vijayanagar kingdom finally succumbed to a joint army of Bahmani rulers at the Battle of Talikot in 1537 AD. Okay. Now, some more questions. How did Krishnadevaraya solve the problem of water in his region? And which region of the city was named after his mother? Krishnadevaraya developed the irrigation system to help irrigate the dry regions around Vijayanagar and also improved the drainage system in his region. This helped in taking the water problems in the region. And which region of the city was named after his mother? He built a beautiful new colony in the southern boundaries of his kingdom called Nagalpur in honor of his mother Nagla Devi. Now, children, now let's try some high order thinking. What were the factors that helped Vijayanagar turn into a strong empire? Able administration, strong and efficient army, rich natural resources, ports, and good trade relations with the traders made the kingdom strong. Bringing many regions under its control helped to turn Vijayanagar Empire strong. So, the next. So, here Vijayanagar Empire reasons for the rise and fall, reasons for the decline of Vijayanagar Empire, as we already talked about the reasons for the rise of Vijayanagar Empire. Now, why did the Vijayanagar Empire decline? With the death of Krishnadevaraya, the Vijayanagar Empire began to decline as his successors were weak rulers. The last ruler, Sadashiv Ramaraya, was defeated by the combined army of Behmani rulers in the Battle of Talikot, leaving the city in ruins. So, because of weak successors, constant conflict with the neighbors made it weak. So, what we have learnt in today's video, we have learnt about the establishment of Vijayanagar kingdom, the regions under the control of Vijayanagar rulers, great ruler of the Vijayanagar empire, and also rise and fall of Vijayanagar empire. I hope you understood the section and everything is clear to you. Okay, so now it's time for some application. Find out your workbook. Finish S1 in the workbook and in the notebook. Answer practice question 1, 2 and 3 from the content book, and also additional question 2 and 3. And complete your work on time. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe. Bye bye. Thank you, children.